Welcome again. We're back for another CYBL today. We are midway through our winter season. It's been really awesome. I got here with me Coach Allen.
What's up, guys?
He's one of our board members, also in the league, and he's here today to be one of our guests on the talk show. And so we're excited. We're gonna kind of hop right into it, Allen. So how you feeling about today?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I think this is going to be a sweet season. I honestly, even though the standings are looking like, there's two up front, two in the middle, and two behind, I don't know. The teams are coming together.
Yeah. It's crazy. I feel like this season, just even looking at it, it's been like every team has been so close.
Yeah.
There's no team that hasn't won a game this season.
Yeah, which is key. That's key.
Like, that hasn't happened yet. Right?
Wow, really?
That has never happened yet. Where especially this early in the season, like every team has won one game.
Wow.
So this is showing me that this is going to be tight all the way through. I mean, we look at some of the standings here, right?
Yeah.
You got True North, my squad, sitting in first place. Which in and of itself,
that was a close one. That was close. That last shot, Michael. Oh man! And like he says, he's like, we need to be in first. I like that drive, man. That was awesome. What a shot! Oh,
that shot though,
shot of the season.
It's the shot of the season so far.
Yeah. So far. Shot of the season. Guaranteed.
Like the way that he even just I didn't think it was going in.
No.
I
thought we got this.
But he literally chucked it up 5 seconds to go in the game, man. And that was crazy. So now we've locked in the first seed. We got behind us, we got the Giants.
I know. That was a fight. Giants and Knights.
Mm-hmm.
That was a close one, too.
That was
it was unfortunate what happened to Nathan getting injured mid-game. But had that not happened, I think you would have saw a lot closer game.
I think so. I think they would have stayed real close and real in it. And I think one of the keys though, it was like you said, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Is Samir actually using his team? What do you think about that?
Buddy, I think honestly, if he keeps that up, it's gonna be a hard season for anyone else. I think they're gonna be looking at a really good team that's gonna be hard to you know what, they take a lot against defensively, and that's something they need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But if Samir keeps using his team, that's an unstoppable offense right there, man. Yeah.
Because he's got some key players, I think, that can really, that surround him and can really help well. And with Coach Maria, in the kind of the driver's seat, really, leading the way for them, I think.
Yeah.
She's bringing them together. And I think in so many aspects of it, right? She's bringing them together on the court, bringing them together off the court, spiritually, too.
Absolutely.
I've been hearing some awesome things in their huddles and stuff like that. So we're seeing some awesome things. And one thing I noticed here too, just looking at kind of the points for and points against that we're seeing here. You've got the two best defensive teams in the league right now being True North and the Flames.
Wow.
Right? Which is pretty crazy. I think we've always been strong defensively.
Yeah.
I think for as long as I've known.
Well, you can see, look at your four. You guys aren't you're middle of the pack, but still, that shows that they're pretty close games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only a 15-point differential between your for and against. That's not much, man.
It really is. But then you've got the best offense being the Giants.
Yeah.
So that's something they put up a lot of points.
Oh yeah, man.
Obviously thanks to Samir, who's actually leading the league with 103 points,
buddy,
total halfway through the season,
double to the next, which is Zach. Oh man, that's huge, crazy. Man.
Oh my gosh, he's averaging 25.8 points a game.
I don't know, man. How so you're coming up against him this week. What are you thinking for shutting him down? You think you got a good game plan ready?
I got a good game plan. I'm not sharing it with the audience.
Yeah. I know you're not. But you think you're ready for this?
I think we're ready.
This is the first encounter this year, right?
First encounter. I think we're ready. We've played them before last season. Beat them in the regular season.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the playoffs, after we lost that semifinals game, that heartbreaker semifinals game, was very close. I think going up against them, our spirits were already kind of kind of low, you know?
Right.
And so
What are you thinking, like Samir though, in like from last season to this season? He's looking hot, man. He's shooting threes all day long. He's driving, buddy.
Oh man.
Oh, buddy, this is gonna be a good one. And now, like as you're saying, like using his team, I don't think he's got. He's shooting it down low to Sebastian, if, and then. Michael's brother Achilles. He's hitting Achilles down low, and Achilles got a few last game too, man. So I don't know, man. That's a tough offense.
It's a tough one.
But once again, you are the best defense going, so I mean that's got something to say as well, right?
It does. And I think like even looking at Sebastian as well, like as that key player, I feel like I don't know. I find that there's been even an increase, just an up in his intensity this season. When you look at this season and last season, like the way that he's hustling on the floor, he's running for those loose balls. Like he's on defense. He's everywhere, bro. He's everywhere.
Steals. He's got lots of steals, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
I know that's a solid team there, buddy. Like it's really going to be like, the two leaders, right? Like haven't come up against each other. This will probably determine who's going to get first. Really.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this will be
this is a key.
This is a key point in the season for you guys.
Yeah, and this is important too. Whoever locks in that first spot doesn't have to play on Friday.
Yeah.
Right. So they get that day, kind of extra rest, and then they play on Saturday.
Yeah.
And for the playoffs, and so that's going to be.
Yeah.
Very intense. So
yeah.
So you got there on the rest of the list, the standings. You got the Knights, got in third. You got with the Warriors in fourth.
Yeah, I'm liking the Warriors though. I gotta say, I feel like as a team, like they've are they 2 in the last 2 wins in the last? I think they are, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so I mean. That I don't know. I liking the momentum they're getting.
Miles
has been on fire. Yeah, that was a great addition to the team. Great addition. Is who else is on that? There's one other. So they've got obviously Grayson, but then who was that other?
Dante.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
Yeah,
liking it.
He's like kind of a cool and composed kind of guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they all are. So that's what I mean. That's the danger I feel with them. Like you kind of underestimate them, and then they come out and smash you.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. And obviously, you got now sitting at the last 2 spots, the Flames and the Lions. What do you think about that?
I think for sure with the Flames, they've had just, unfortunately with the injury there.
Yeah.
And then
close games all around though.
Close games, yeah. Once again, they got good defense, but and I really think what was his name there? Ashton. Oh man, he really kicked it up last year.
Yep.
He really, and I mean he helped carry, but also on defense, man. Orion, man.
Bro.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
That kid, like, no one's getting past him. Like, you got to really work your offensive plays towards getting by him.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? Because like he's sitting back there.
Man, he's a long guy. He's long.
Oh yeah.
He's athletic.
You see the height he gets on those jumps?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He's jumping. Like, I mean, it's not long before he starts dunking.
No. Yeah. No, seriously.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Seriously. So it's crazy. He's only in grade 8.
No. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so guaranteed we'll be seeing some dunks from him in the upcoming years. Yeah, man. The height, like, and I mean the maturity, really, for like, I mean, as a player, he makes good decisions.
Yeah.
So I think they're just, they're working through their things, and I think once again, that's why I think like everyone's got a shot at this thing. I think Flames, like, as they kind of work out those little things, they'll get it. And I think for us, like, the last 2 games were real improvements.
Definitely.
So I think, just getting our game, a bunch of players who haven't played with each other ever. So, I mean, and a bunch of new people, right, to the league itself. So I think, we still got a fighting chance here. I mean, we gave you guys a run for it.
You did. That was scary. That was anybody's game.
That was anybody's
all the way to the end.
Yeah.
If we don't hit that 3, I mean.
Buddy.
It's looking different in the standings.
Yeah.
It's looking real different in standings.
Yeah.
So, but then you've got now. I want to ask you this. Like, so, obviously you got the scoring leaders here. But I want to ask you, what are some teams, and you got some players that have surprised you this season? Like, what are some teams and players you think that kind of?
Yeah, you know what? Ali's the biggest surprise for me, man. Like, I don't know.
It's a step up.
Was she in there when I was there 2 seasons ago? I wasn't there last season.
She was there last season.
I mean, honestly, like we talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness, she's setting screens like it's nobody's business. Like, I haven't seen one guy set a screen the way she sets a screen. She's scoring. She probably had 6 against us last game.
She did, yeah. And a lot of like rebounds. Like,
a lot of rebounds.
If you look at that, like she's actually there, like hustling, grabbing the rebounds, and finishing at the basket. Like she's finishing.
Yeah. You know what? Who I like? John's really surprising me. Like through and I'm not here to promote your skills training, but I'm just saying like I have noticed a difference from the skills training he took.
Yeah.
John Barks, for everyone who didn't realize who I was talking about, he's grabbing rebounds. And same with Zyman, man. Zyman's these 2 guys for me are key guys, and so like I know I'm just talking about my 2 guys, but those 2 guys are huge. Like if they don't have that transformation, then we're really out of it, right? So for me, those 2 guys have really come up. I don't know. I don't know if I had ever seen Noah Smith, but he's
his defense is something.
His defense incredible,
special defense.
Yeah, and so I think that really affected the Knights against the Giants last game because he wasn't there. I mean, that might be someone who takes Samir on and really shuts him down, right? Like that might be the guy. If there's anyone, I think he's the guy.
Well, he was the Finals MVP last season.
Was he? I think he's definitely the guy for Samir. I think. It's unfortunate we didn't get to see that matchup.
I know.
Playoffs, buddy. If they're in playoffs against each other, that's going to be...
It's very possible.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Especially looking at where they're ranked right now in the standings.
Yeah. I mean, they take a loss to you guys and Warriors move up, right? Like
things can happen. Things can happen real quick.
There's lots of movement to be had yet. So how about you? Any players stand out?
I would say what I've seen that's been a surprise for me this season, I guess would be Miles. Miles has been a big surprise for me.
Yeah, I'd agree.
He's actually been a huge, like the step that I've seen from him offensively, offensively only, I would say is that's increased dramatically. I don't know if it's just the new team and he fits in well and he just like, he's ready to go. You know, he's getting a lot more touches of the ball too on his new team. And I'm noticing and his shot's a lot more accurate. I didn't think I knew he was shooting the ball, but I didn't think he's gonna be hitting as many as he's hitting. And if you watch that last game too, who were they playing last game? I think they were playing the
Flames, right?
They're playing the Flames last game. Yes. So in that game, he was shooting, and he was shooting in that game and in the last game, and pretty much every game. I mean, he hit the shot that made they won against us. Right?
I know
they beat us with that.
Your
shot.
only loss.
And the only loss is against them because of that shot.
That's right. So. That is a good point, man. I know he's really making his way up, and he's not far down here on the score leaders. He's got 9.7 point game per game, right?
Wow.
So that's not bad. He's not far back, and I mean, he missed the first game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
So
he did.
I mean, who knows how that would have went, right?
Yeah. So just looking at that, I mean, I don't know. I guess Peyton's another one. He's been very silent, but if you look here on the score leader, he's averaging 7 points a game. But the thing is, I think this is what I've noticed about him. I think I'm seeing a maturity offensively because he always could grab rebounds,
right?
But now he's actually finishing back at the basket.
Yeah.
And before he would grab the rebound, he would put it up, he'd sometimes miss,
right?
Or he wouldn't be confident enough to kick it out. But now he's actually finishing, and that's a huge impact for the Knights.
Yeah.
We're still a scary team. I know they're sitting mid of the pack.
I know. I like them. I like their odds, really. I know. Do we have that on here as a discussion? No, we don't, do we?
We don't.
What is your kind of prediction here?
Oh man, well,
because I don't know. What's your prediction? End season, where you think people sit in?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I'm gonna rate this now. Actually, I'm gonna look at that. Yeah, that's good.
End season. Okay.
End season.
So where I think people are sitting, I gotta be unbiased, of course, because Coach, and we got both of you
for sure
as unbiased as we can.
Yeah, we're gonna be first. Yeah, I got it.
if I had to say honestly though, I do think we could be first.
I think you
That's
have the
not even.
potential.
I think we have the potential, but I would say it's either between us or the Giants. I think in first place.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I would say us or the Giants in first place. If we just go, let's go just for the sake of it. Us in first place.
Yeah.
Giants in that second spot. I could see it's a hard. It's actually hard.
So you guys got quite the lineup coming. How many more games? 4?
We got 4 games.
So you guys like we don't face each other again, unfortunately.
So,
yeah,
no.
we just I looked that up. We no more games, but you got quite a hard lineup coming up, right? You got Giants, you got Knights, like Warriors, Flames, like it. I mean, I know that's all, but like, man, the Giants, Knights, and Warriors, man, those are 3 solid teams right now.
So I think let's do this. Top 3.
Top 3. I'm gonna go Giants. I'm gonna go Giants at 1. I'll go Giants at 1. I'll put you. Man, I don't know. I think I'll put you at 2. I'll put you at 2.
We're always on the team that nobody expects, though. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
Even if you look at us every season, like True North, how we've been, we've never been like definitively. You are that first place team, definitively right off the bat. It's always been kind of like because of the way we work together, we surprise people.
Oh yeah, but your team chemistry, like that's that I think is something most other teams don't have right now.
Yeah.
Like if other teams had that, I think they would be smashing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But your team chemistry, like your players actually like each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying other players don't like each other, but they're hanging out before the game, after the game. Like they're friends, man. Actually, and when that happens, like it's like when you and I played against Miles, and like we're just friends. So like you just the movement, like you just know where they're going, just because. I don't know. You just feel it, you know? So there's no thinking. It's just feeling and you know. So your team chemistry is dangerous. I think that's actually the most dangerous part of your team.
That's good. That's a good point to actually. That's a really good point to make, I would say.
Yeah.
So, okay. The next two teams, that would be, you said, well,
so
I guess 1.
I'm putting Giants at 1, True North at 2, Knights at 3. I'm gonna go Warriors at 4.
Okay.
I'd say us at 5 and Flames at 6.
Okay.
That's my prediction. For end of season.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think I think that's actually really good. I feel like that X Factor team that nobody was thinking about could be the Warriors again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Warriors could be that team that ends up like upsetting somebody in the playoffs.
Is their next game the Giants though? Oh no, the Knights, I mean.
No, didn't they?
Yeah, they're the Knights because we're
yes.
So
it is.
That's actually so that's a key game because that determines what's going to happen.
There's a lot of key games.
Now, I think
Noah
Smith has to show up. He's only been at 2 games this season. So if he's not there, and if Nathan's out, that's a hard game for. I think the Knights just don't have it there. No. I think they need. They need their squad, right? They need people to show up and play the way they can play. And then I think the Warriors are going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
I think penetrating that defense, defense, when we played them, man, and they had all those guys there.
Yeah.
It was like I was saying to you mid game, I'm like, dude, there's no way to penetrate these guys. Like they're incredible. So
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and I mean, like I almost think every team here has like. Key game coming up. Like us versus the Giants. That's a key game. Whoever is gonna.
Wow. Yeah. First and second are against each other. Yep. Third and fourth, and fifth and sixth.
All
wow.
Games. Crazy.
This next week determines.
This is a
lot of the season.
A lot.
Where everything's going from here on in.
A lot of the season. Like
wow.
Because if the Lions here,
you couldn't even make that up.
No, you couldn't.
That's I did not notice that until we just said it.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Because if the Flames and you guys, who wins that game, I think really is going to have the momentum there going forward. And like, you're pretty much saying, hey, you guys are in last now. We're in 5th now, right?
Yeah.
And that's also important too. You want to know why that game is important? Like because at the end of the season, when all teams are seeded with the 6 teams, right? The 3rd seed will play the 6th seed. So you don't want to play. You'd rather play the 4th seed than the 3rd seed, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a pretty crazy game to see, man. It's wild all the way through. So going into some other things now, what do you think about the awards race and kind of like who you think are going to be taking these awards. We can start off with the MVP race. Let's say with that.
I gotta go Samir.
Samir.
I mean, the guy's carrying his team. 103 points mid-season, man.
That's wild.
That kid hits 200. I think there's no question about it.
I think he's right now. He's on track to be the player that has averaged the most points per game so far in the league.
What's the record you think?
It's like 23.5 or something like that. It was set by Malachi actually.
Was it? So see, Samir kind of took over for Malachi because I mean, Malachi put on a performance there, you know. Yeah. So like that was kind of unmatched. But Samir, I think I gotta give it to him. I mean, unless someone really pulls it up and shows like defense offense as well, because I think that's where Samir lacks is his defense.
His defense, yeah.
But I don't know that I've seen anyone really like, you know, smoking it on offense and on defense, right?
And also being able to pass the ball.
Yes.
Being able to feed his teammates and actually open up the floor. And
he is opening up. Because he's so dangerous that people are just yelling double team. Well, he's getting that now. And that's from his coaching though. That's from Coach Maria, right? Mm-hmm. So she stressed that you gotta pass it. And in that second half, the game turned against the Knights, right? Like that was so I don't know, man. He's definitely my runner. I don't know. What do you got? You got anyone else in the race there?
I honestly don't even think there's anybody really close at this point. At this point,
I do like Grayson though.
It could change.
I will say Grayson.
Grayson almost won it last season.
He's been. I've been impressed. His offense has increased, and then his defense is solid. Yeah. So
he just needs. If his team can go a little higher in the standings, if they can get a little more, success.
Yeah. Because he's sitting third place for points. I mean, and he's really upped it the last. I'd say the last 2 games he's upped his points. I mean, but he's also he's a very unselfish player.
Yeah, very unselfish. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows? It'll be a good one.
It's gonna be good. So most improved player, MIP. Who are we looking at for most improved player? You think?
You tell me first. Tell me first. What do you got?
Who do I got most improved right now? I told you before. My pick, right at this current moment, is Miles. The reason why is because I think last season maybe he averaged something real low, like single digits, real low. But he's really making a mark. So he's one of my picks. But I think it's between, I would say, just because I've seen his offense increase, that's one player. Another player I would put in there right off the bat is also because there's two ways we can gauge this, right? There's a gauging, you can gauge it throughout the season. You can also gauge it from the previous season for players that were here, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
So if you were here,
how do we work that though? How are we saying like most improved player this season? Is that not how it goes though?
Well, if you look at other leagues and how it works, most of the time they only do it from the previous season to this season. But because of the fact that we don't always have the same players in the league every season. Then you actually have to look at it also in the sense of, okay, how has a player improved throughout the season? Both things I think are very applicable. And so like I think for a player to win MIP from like last season to this season, the jump has to be significant.
Yeah, it has to be tremendous.
It has to be significant. It can't be like something small, but you have a lot more wiggle room with somebody that was in the beginning of the season played a certain way, and now coming into this season is playing a certain way. I mean, coming in the latter part of the season is playing better, much better as well. So that's why we've seen players like Darren. I don't know if you remember Darren who won it a couple seasons ago. Because he just like turned it up. And so I think it's pretty difficult. I would say also maybe Allie.
I'm gonna go with Allie.
I think Allie.
I like Allie because she started off slow this season. Did she kind of had a slow start?
Yeah.
But she's gained so much confidence that she's one of my forerunners on there. And I think really we're gonna see John on my team. I think you're gonna see even more as we go on. Him and Zyman. I'm really thinking they're gonna be in the running by the end of the season there.
Okay.
I do like Miles, but like he's been consistent since the start of this season. As soon as like he was in, he was just like boom, he was off to the races. Like he kicked you in the first game he was in. You know what I'm saying? Like he did. That was some, I don't know. He's pretty good. I feel like, yeah, I go with Ali or John or
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one. Sharpshooter.
What can you say? What can you say, man? Like Samir's
Oh man,
head of that race too, buddy.
I think so.
He's shooting down threes like they're nothing.
It's great. I think at one game we had like 7 3-pointers.
If one day when we can track that, man, one day we gotta at least track it. Like we gotta look at it because I'm guaranteed he's throwing that down.
But that was crazy watching.
And they're not, and it's not like miss a few, get one, miss a few, get one.
Yep.
They're almost back to back to back to back. Like when he's in the rhythm, he's in. Like, and he's just not missing. So
that's incredible.
I don't think anyone's on that race
There's
yet.
nobody else.
I think he's close. Got that. Yeah.
Last season, Ethan was close. Ethan was coming up there. You weren't here last season, but Ethan was.
I could see it, man. He is got.
He's just. I think he's just sort of trying to get into rhythm in a new system on a new team.
Yeah.
And so
your practice, he looked solid. Not to give everyone an insight, but I'm just saying, like I always am aware of that when we were playing you guys. That I don't know, he's looking solid though in practice. Like he didn't miss much, so I'm thinking he could make a running for it. You know, like he could make a running for it.
He definitely could.
Yeah.
Hustle award, the hustle award.
Yeah, man. Like we were talking, like. I think Sebastian and Ali are up there.
Yep.
Actually, I really like Riel as well, man. Riel has good defense, and she doesn't stop moving when she's out there. So
I see
the girls are really. I think because they have to fight to be in the league. Like they're not. It's not just like the guys kind of take it easy sometimes, or like they know they're better than everyone. Where the girls want to prove themselves, and I feel like. They really do prove themselves. They show the guys that like, yeah, we can ball.
Like Ali can knock you over with those screens.
Oh,
I've seen it happen. I've watched it happen,
buddy. I don't. There's no guy in this doing a screen like she does.
No,
there's no guy. And so, for all you guys, you better start learning how to set a screen, buddy. She's definitely. She's at the top of that race for me.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So then we've got our defensive player award. Best defender in the league right now. Who do you say?
I don't know, man. That's a hard one. What do you got on there? I do like Dorian. I like Dorian because he actually gets quite a bit of steals and he can lock down people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's fair to look at him against Samir because I mean, like. No one's locked down Samir yet.
No one's locked down.
But as far as like other teams, I mean, he's locked down their key players.
Yeah.
And that's been, a key portion for us.
I think that was what made Liam struggle last game.
Yeah. That was our game plan. We were playing zone, but Dorian just stuck on Liam, so we would just switch him whenever Liam went left or right. We would just Dorian stuck on him, and so I like Dorian in that race for sure. I don't
what about Noah Smith? What do you think about Noah Smith?
If he shows up, he needs to show up. If he shows up, man, he's definitely in the top. He's got to be top up there. I do like Orion. Like I said before,
sure.
Orion's up in that race. Like that's a close race. Like I know we've said about the few other ones. There's not like MVP, sharpshooter. Like those aren't even contested.
Not right now. Anyways.
But defensive player there's a lot. There's actually quite a few.
There's quite a few defensive players, I would say. Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a good vote right there. Man.
Well, okay. So next one is the 6th player award, which is pretty much your best player off the bench. So looking around the league, last year who won it was Liam Parker. Liam Parker won it, and I guess. He earned himself a starting spot, I guess, on your team, eh?
I know. It's hard. It's hard. He's definitely a key player this year. Liam is, you know what? Liam actually hasn't missed much. So if we're talking, like, I know he's not taking any, like, if he took a few shots out from 3 or something, I don't know. He actually does kind of, for me, he hasn't missed anything. Like, really, I think he's missed 1 shot. So, I mean, whereas, like, if you're talking about sharpshooter, Samir has taken like how many shots and missed, right? Liam, he's not missing much, and he's getting like 6 points a game. So that's, I mean, he would be kind of under Noah Smith there, but I think. So, anyways, sorry to get back off track there, but six.
It's all
Yeah, I
good.
don't know that he's sixth player anymore.
Yeah, no, I
He's
don't
definitely
think
a
so.
starter.
He's a
So
starter now. So
yeah,
who do you think?
that's a good one
This
actually.
it really is.
That's
It really is.
there are a few pretty solid guys out there, and I don't know
I'm thinking.
because Ali's not a six for you.
No,
No,
she's
she's a starter.
She
I
starts for
know.
me. Starts for me. So
Riel's strong. I mean,
okay,
I have her
true.
on my second line, but
Yep.
that just because like, you gotta even out those lines,
Yeah,
right? Like I'm doing full line
exactly.
swaps, so
Yeah.
I don't even know if she is a sixth player for me. She might, if I had to choose, she'd probably be a starter. So
Okay.
I don't think I can put her as a sixth.
Well,
either.
she would qualify though.
Yeah,
She would
yeah,
definitely
she'd
qualify
qualify. Okay,
for
so
a sixth
I
player.
put her in that running.
Okay.
I think like maybe you're not seeing like many points for her, but as far as like playmaking, she's making good playmaking.
Because it's the impact too, right?
Yeah.
It's like how you impact the game.
Yeah,
What I look at that for right now on my team. I'm looking at that with like a player like Jordan or Keel.
Keel. Oh, okay. No,
So,
I gotta
like,
go Keel.
Like Keel right now off the bench.
Ooh,
man,
he's dangerous, man.
Yeah.
How many points he got? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have that.
Don't have that, but I don't know. He's actually dangerous.
He is, and he always hits those shots. Nobody sees him coming.
Key shots.
He plays defense too. Like
his defense.
He's a small guy, but he is like he moves those feet. He's right on the. He will not. You know what I mean? Like he's just right up in your grill. You know what I mean?
And what an improvement. Okay, but if we're talking improvement, I don't know what was he like last season. I don't know.
Actually, might be a thing too.
He could
be in that race too.
He could be in that race because I know when I coached him, he was just starting at the end of the season to make some of those key shots. And but man, has he grown a lot? Like, not just grown like as a player, man. His height, like he's good. I actually want to see this. I got to see where he's at because
check it out.
Yeah, he's
because I'm looking and I'm saying, if I look around the league. I'm gonna have to actually probably take a deeper dive into some other teams too and see like what other teams would have that player that could be the sixth player as well. I think if we look around, let's say the Warriors have a few pieces too, though. You gotta look at them too. I think Ifosa, he's like the tall kid, skinny kid, but he's actually really good. He makes an impact.
What about Ethan Judd there?
Wow. I didn't think about that.
He's been man. He comes in and he like I mean he's sitting at 2 points per game, but I mean those are 2 key points per game, right? Like
key player too. 2 seasons ago he was on my team. And like he was just getting into his game.
Yeah.
Now,
so see, that's what we're talking about. I don't know. Him and Keel have now entered the most improved race, right? I don't know. Like we were kind of.
It's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, but
all right. Well, I mean, we can't really talk about it yet, but the next award, it's the newest award, just so everybody knows, is the All-Star MVP. So when the MVP game comes around this season, you're actually gonna have. There's going to be an MVP, which if you had one last season, it would have been Michael. Michael lit it. I think he had like 17 points in that game. He lit it up in the All-Star game. But I don't know what that's going to look like. And then we have our newest award, which is our Team Spirit Award, which goes to one of our coaches that we want to honor, who sadly passed away last year, Diane Kenny. She was amazing. She made a big impact. She was always the one you could hear her yelling, cheering on her team. She was always right in there, and she was just like, she was the life of the team, encouraging every player on the court. And so that's why we made this award the Team Spirit Award, because it's for that player that is really just like that player that has that energy, that enthusiasm, that like gives every other player like kind of like lifts up the spirits of every player in the league. You know what I mean? So who do you think that could go to now?
I got Michael.
Michael, eh?
I got Michael on that. He's I don't think I've seen anyone else who uplifts every other player out there, who makes them happy, gets a smile on their face. I mean, Michael's definitely got to be at the top of that list for me.
Wow. I wouldn't argue with you.
I think I don't know. I think that's just.
I wouldn't argue with you.
Yeah.
And then argue about one of the awards we didn't put on this list too is a Sportsmanship Award.
Sportsmanship Award.
Sportsmanship Award.
I like Grayson. Grayson's my top
He
pick.
won it last season, eh?
Did he? He's, you know what?
He could win it back to back.
That would be cool. I think he's just got it, man. I think he's pretty well. I mean, he's unselfish. I mean, he didn't take the jump ball there at the start of the game. He let
Sam do it.
He let Sam do it.
Yeah.
He even gave Sam a shot. It was a close game. Like it wasn't even like they were blowing the other team out.
No.
He just passed it off to Sam, and Sam almost scored, man.
He did.
Can you imagine how pumped Sam would have been?
I know.
How many other players in the league would have done that? I don't know. I don't know if many other people would have had that. So I think he's really he's at the top of that. Yeah. So I don't think anyone's competing there.
Yeah, really. No, you're right. And I think it needs to be something that I think is valued more is a sportsmanship award because, well, like it's showing you the character of Christ, of course, you know. And just in general, just like it's something that like it makes such a huge impact on the atmosphere when you walk with that sportsmanship.
Oh yeah. Well, just even as we're talking about it, like it is the presence of Christ, and you can feel it in this room, man. Like as we're talking about it, like you can feel it. But like I also think that's the blessing of God on their team. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Because when you do the things that God loves, you know, he's just. It's an automatic blessing right into it. And I mean, like I said, it was a close game, and he let him shoot it. And look at it, they won. You know, so I mean, what can you say about that, right?
That's so true. That's so true. That's good, man. That's really good. So,
what about rookie award?
The rookie award. That's a tough one. There's a lot of new players. There's a lot of new players. So that award goes to the kind of the best new player in the league.
So I wouldn't really know too many, but I know Dorian's new, right?
Dorian is new, yep.
So
definitely new.
He's definitely up in that race for sure. Then,
yep. Ashton's also.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Well, I mean, they're back. They're right there together in points. So I mean,
either of them could win that. Actually, they're both new and they're both in the leaderboards.
Wow.
Right now, so, that's huge.
Wow.
That's huge. Yeah.
So that'll be a good one too. There's a few that have definitely got some races to them, right? Yeah. And then some that are like there's someone right up front, but who knows? You know, we got 4 games left.
We got 4 games. Man.
There's a whole opportunity to show you know MVP, sharpshooter, hustle, most improved. Like, I think we're gonna see a lot too these next 4 weeks.
Yeah, the next 4 weeks.
Well, I guess it's there's a few breaks, right?
There's a few breaks in between.
So that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I think we have 3 games back to back, and then in this month of March, and then there's like 2 weeks off because we're encouraging the players to go to the youth rally that's coming up. So that's gonna be really cool. And then we got the Easter weekend, obviously, but then we're back then the following week for the last regular season game, and then the playoffs game. So. I'm thinking that we meet back again for another CYBL today, close to the end of the season. Where we can then just a recap of the season and see what's going to happen. And like, we can begin to talk about the playoff run and like, you know, that's going to be exciting, man.
So, have we talked a bit about where the playoffs will be, or is that hidden information?
It's a little hidden information.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it will be known probably actually going to be known today, so it's not that hidden. We're going to be playing at Maple Ridge.
Oh, buddy, Maple Ridge. Oh, that's going to be sweet.
For the second round of the playoffs there, so that's going to be awesome. Really, it's a new facility in Barrie, so.
Bring all your friends and family. There's bleachers there. It's gonna be lit, guys. It's gonna be awesome.
So and I mean, the All-Star game's coming up. It's gonna be coming up at the same time as the playoffs happen too, and obviously that's gonna be voted on. I'm not sure what it's gonna look like yet, but we know there's some key players we know are probably gonna be in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's always extremely fun. I feel like there's not been an All-Star game that hasn't been close.
Right.
Since the 10-minute 10. Like last All-Star game went to overtime.
Wow.
It was overtime.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was really crazy. So, yeah, man. But any last words for the show before we?
Oh, I don't know. I this is, you know what? I don't know. If everyone just gets a goal in their mind, I think we could have an interesting season. Yeah. You know, if like everyone kind of looks at these things and goes, hey, you know what? I want to be in this position by the end of the season. I think we could have an interesting end of the season.
This is honestly my favorite season to watch so far.
Yeah.
And be a part of, obviously, as a coach. But I think it's because of the fact of how close every team is, and how teams are coming together. And I think also how our coaches have really geared everyone up spiritually as well this season. I feel like there's been a focus there as well that is really making an impact that a lot of you guys don't get to see, but that we definitely see there on the nights, and you can see the results of that during the game. So we're just excited about everything else that's going to happen this season, guys, and we want to thank you guys for tuning in for CYBL today. And we look forward to seeing you guys again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, man.
So we'll see you guys soon.
See you guys.